Alright guys, welcome back. And what I'm going to do is just basically cut this part out of the last one so it's not an incredibly long part where you have to sit through an hour of character creation. So we'll go through and journey to Gilded Vale. Caravan Master Odema. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emptiness.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Odema looks over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfle, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. Sparfle nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Let's see, where would I find these berries? What are those ruins? Is it dangerous out here? What are these huge rocks coming up out the ground? Or leave? Where would I find the berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
He adds with a wink. Your character's attributes, skills, class, race, culture, and sex may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to the other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on their individual personality and attitude. Okay. Who did build these ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business.
Well then.
And not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
Okay. What are these huge rocks coming out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Okay, so Let's get reminded what the berries are real quick.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without blankets or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
You would have hoped. Odoma chuckles and shakes his head. He looks at you.
Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Odoma's small grin recedes beneath his mustache, and he is stern once more.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Okay, so collect some spring berries to concoct a remedy. Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Eora, you may want to watch these windows to become familiar with your tools and interfaces available to you. Okay. Your party always consists of your character and up to 5 additional companions or adventurers. While the caravan is camped outside the Glanfathen ruins, Odema has assigned Kalisha to help you. That was her name, right? Kalisha is a fighter, a class that excels at a close quarters defense. Use her abilities to complement your own. To select a party member, click on their selection circle, their portraits, or press the number button that corresponds to their position to the party. Okay. In the party. Starting with 1 at the left. To select multiple party members, click and hold anywhere on the screen and drag the marquee over the circles of the party members you'd like to include. Okay, so just boop. To move selected characters, click anywhere on the screen where your cursor is a circle of 4 wedges. A selected character's will path to their corresponding position to the formation. If you see a red circle with a slash through it, you cannot walk on that part of the map. Okay. When multiple party members are selected, the action bar is hidden. To see an individual character's options, select only that character. Okay, so
as you wish.
That's us. We got the bear.
What
we
is
want to
it?
select everybody. Okay, so we do that with the mouse. That's how we see stuff. Oh, okay. So we can take a potion of minor regeneration, 10 copper panned. Oh wait, that's what's in the crates. I think this means I have Gown's Pledge and giant miniature space piglets. What is this? It's a pet. This tiny titanic pig has an otherworldly appearance that seems to be at odds with its endearing behavior. It follows you dutifully and requires nothing in return, save companionship. Oh, whoops, no, put that in the crate. Oh, where's my pig? Let's see, so inventory. Oh, okay. Can I put this ring on? Cool. Potion, that's a potion. Oh, that'd be a quick item. Okay. So it looks like we have a lot of weapons. So Health 217. Okay, so our endurance is 44. This is cool. She has nothing right now. She has a torch and an axe. Oh, whoops. Torch. Club, one-handed. Okay. Damage, 8 to 13. Does crush damage, accuracy versus deflection, plus 10 burn damage. Though not especially effective in combat, torches can be used to illuminate dark environments. Okay, so her axe does 13 to 19 slash damage. Capable of delivering powerful blows from their broad, curved blades, battle axes are commonly used by soldiers throughout the Direwood and Air Glanfaith. Okay, so let's see about our thing. Does 20 to 28 pierce damage, accuracy versus deflection. Crossbows are commonly used for hunting by nobles in the Direwood, but they are also employed as weapons of war by many soldiers and adventurers. Less powerful than their close sibling, the arbalist, crossbows can be cocked by hand and have a moderately fast rate of fire. Cool. Okay, anything else around here? Can we talk to people?
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Most people you encounter in the world are neutral or friendly. You can interact with them by clicking on their selection circle. Many characters will simply greet you and go on their way, but others will have larger conversations to explore. The merchant, Hayden, has a conversation that opens a store with equipment for sale. So, what's that? Party AI isn't active. Party AI is active. Okay.
Well?
Gaunt's Pledge, 2 per rest, restores minor amounts. Okay, so that's all those. These are in combat. Oh, there's the pig.
As you wish. Well?
Alright, so it looks like it might be a path right there. Ooh, we got Lockpick and Direwood clothing, light armor. Alright, so let's go to our inventory. We have equipped medium. Oh, so ours is much better. What does she have? Much better, okay. Let's see, lockpick. These cylinder steel tools can be used to assist in opening a variety of locks. If a lock is slightly outside the range of a picker's expertise, some lockpicks may be sacrificed in the process of opening it. Okay. Let's try to see if that needed to be in the quick slot or not. Okay, so lockpick 3, and we don't have that. So I don't think we can do it. Oh, we can try though. It's only difficulty 1. Lockpick failed. Okay, so let's not try that again so we don't break it. Let's see if we can talk to any of these people really quick. Oh no, that's... Who am I think it's just pointing to my character. Or Celesta, whatever her name is. Oh, we can zoom out a little bit. Oh no, everybody.
Yes.
You two little space pig, or whatever you are.
Well?
Ooh. The fallen tree doesn't budge. Sap oozes from the jagged wound
Not looking
in
forward to
its
trying to
trunk.
lift that thing tomorrow.
Interesting. Orland's cradle. It's not in our inventory. Where'd it go? You've gained an item. Ingredients. Orland's cradle added to the stash. I don't think it was. Oh, here it is. Named by Red Siren settlers who came upon the mushrooms in the forest, this thick, flat fungus grows along the base of large trees. Got some horses. Is that all we were supposed to get? Did I not get everything out of here? Oh no, I did. Okay. Oh, we can go this way. I didn't even see it. I'm blind. Exploration is key in Pillars of Eternity. As you make your way through the Eastern Reach, open the area map to see what parts of the map you've already been to and what's left to explore. Okay. So I'm guessing M is map? Yes. Ooh, wow, okay. Whoops. That's pretty cool. So obviously we can talk to this guy. To turn him off. Turn them off. How do I talk to you, sir? Scouting mode is used for both stealth and for finding hidden objects like traps and secret containers. While scouting, your character's selection circles will start to fill with yellow when a character is starting to detect them. Once the circle fills yellow, the character is suspicious and will move to investigate, while the circle fills red. If the circle becomes fully red, your character will be discovered. The character's ability to find hidden objects is based on his or her mechanic skills. A higher mechanic skill allows them to find a greater distance. Okay. Moving toward a character accelerates how quickly they will detect you. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yes. Yes.
interact with this dude.
Yes. As you wish. What is it? Of course. What is it?
Some more character. Oh, we got stats and everything. I guess I can't
you wish.
interact with him right now. Ooh. Travelers maybe, or looters, or bandits, bad sign, any way you figure it. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves. A dark, crusted bloodstained besmirches its simple linen clothing. Corpse. Medium armor. And some more lockpicks. What is this?
What is it?
Okay, so we found some corpses over here. Oops.
Well?
Use the tab key to highlight interactive objects in the environment. Okay. Didn't do anything.
This is recent. Not good.
The footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. Oh, okay, so that's what it does. Got some beer. And it'll do that as well. Cool. Let's check up here just to make sure there was nothing. Yeah. Can't go down any further. Ooh. Dry cap. Where was that? I found ingredients or something. Doesn't matter. Oh, this is a lamp. I thought that meant he was interactable. Oh god. Sparfle.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Yes, yes. Ooh. Burned lady. It's a weird name for an ingredient. Oh my goodness. Pillars of Eternity Combat uses a pausable real-time system. Because you will often manage more than one character at a time, it's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real-time to see the orders play out. The option menu also contains many choices for automatic pausing when certain conditions are met, e.g. the start of combat. Okay, how do we pause things? Just the start button? Or I mean escape. Okay, so I'm guessing, yeah, the red ring means it knows of us. Does that just mean attack? I don't know. Whoops. Okay, so it's the pause thing. I mean the spacebar. Once one of your characters has been engaged in melee. When characters are engaged, they immediately stop moving. If they move again, they will provoke a disengagement attack from your enemies, engaging them. Your characters will also automatically engage enemies when they initiate attacks against them with melee weapons. And the wolf has 5. Is that its health? I don't know. All characters in the game, friend or foe, have 4 primary defenses against attacks: deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. These defenses are based on the character's attributes, level, items, and other effects. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made. If accuracy is below the targeted defense, the attack suffers a penalty to the roll, and it is more likely to result in a miss. If accuracy is above the targeted defense, the attack is more likely to result in a crit. Damage. All attacks that do damage have to overcome the target's damage reduction, DR. An enemy's DR reduces the incoming damage by the listed amount down to a minimum percentage. If you are having difficulty hurting an enemy, try switching to a weapon or attack that does a different damage type. Most enemies are strong against 1 or 2 damage types and weak against a similar number. Okay, so we need the bear to hit him first, and then we go in after he's hit them. We don't want to go right in unless we're sneaking, I guess. That wolf is dead. So we got a wolf hide. Ooh, there's the berries.
This is it.
As you receive quests, your journal will update with relevant information. If you ever get stuck, open it up to review your notes. Kaliska, Hunter. I hear you're a pretty good hunter. Don't tell Sparfle or he'll run his mouth clear to Gilded Vale, trying to convince you how much better he is. Well, I spent a lot of time living on my own in the wilderness. Yeah? How is it you happened to come here? Civilization came and spoiled the land. A great fire destroyed everything. I wore out my welcome and they ran me off my land. Civilization came and spoiled the land. Some things just aren't in the stars, and there's no changing it. Makes you wonder if the gods like putting us in situations that can't be resolved just to see what we do. Kaliska breathes in her surroundings. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raedric's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle, like the rest of the lot? It's a hard offer to pass up. I mean, I haven't given it much thought. Say that one. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way. Hope to meet someone and fall in love. Probably the same things I did before. Just looking for some adventure, really. Getting into trouble, I expect. I'm going to find some new friends. I have no idea what I'm going to do next. Let's go with 3. Just looking for some adventure, really. You should hook up with an expedition. Some of the bigger towns send regular groups out to unexplored places, as long as you don't mind a little danger. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odima will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Direwood, but my parents ended up in the living lands. I've got a brother in Ratay, and another in Adir. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. Why are you here? Krista sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here, sometimes back. She sent me a letter. Sometime back, I mean. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Examinal, but I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me, so I'm here, and we'll see. Odima I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. What can you tell me about Direwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfle's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first, slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way, come on. Let's get your water. Okay, a moment's respite. We gain 170 experience. Fast mode active. Wait, how do I deactivate that? Okay. And it didn't look like anyone got hit from that wolf, so. Admint's warts. Whatever the hell that is. Oh, what's this? The path winds through a narrow canyon back the way you came.
You shouldn't stray too far.
Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans. Okay, so that's a easy way to get them to get there kind of fast. So if we look at inventory, we have journal, a moment's respite, and the Gilded Veil. Okay, so a moment's respite is find Sparfle. Okay. Is Sparfle a person? These tall glass screen pillars appear as if they have sprouted from the earth. The flickering fire sets shadow dancing within. Oh, that's a lockpick thing. Okay. Caravaner. We've already gone through that. Horse, horse, horse. That's about that tree. Alright, so we've been up there. Where'd the dude go? He left. We went down there, there's a bunch of dead bodies. Nowhere else to go. The bag I might have missed right there.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. At least...
Oh. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. You have gained an item quest. Full water skin added to the stash. Out of the trees emerges Sparkle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait. His stride wobbly as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Sparfle's toe catches on a rock, and he clasps forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Oh, shit.
Ambush!
Ooh, okay. So... with us, or what? Just one. Okay. I'm gonna need him to move there. Ooh, he's got a bow. So you go against him. Oh no, wait. How do we get to... I guess I can press 2. I want her to go for him. And the bear go for him.
Well,
What is this? Sometimes a weapon or spell simply isn't well suited to penetrating an enemy's damage reduction. When the attack hits the DR, will wipe out all but a small percentage of the incoming damage. You'll hear your characters complain about it when it happens. Take heed, note the damage type that's being blocked, and switch to a weapon or spell that does a different damage type. Well, I have no other weapon. Let's see. And that bar, I guess, is when he can fire again. And then I need him to keep going for him. Alright, you guys go over there. Yeah, line him on fire. Thank you, Bear.
Come on, we have to get back to
Pluto.
camp.
what is it?
Yeah, give me that money. Got a bow, light armor, amethyst. Okay, and then go ahead and just press that. Getting the hang of it, and she has lost 21 or 22 health. I wonder, does that regenerate over time? Oh, I paused it. Holy crap. I guess I shouldn't pause thing. Okay, so us. We need to go right here. And we have one bow guy right there.
Yes.
Look, you. Go over here. Oh, that's right, because I have them all selected.
What?
I keep forgetting that I need to select them individually.
Well?
Oh wow. He had 2 hatchets, 2 shields. Oh no, this is both of them. Okay, a huntress and a hunter.
Of course.
Oh wow, they killed everybody. Glenn fallen later. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Callisto puts the back of her left hand to her mouth, as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of a man you recognize as Halden, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life, for a fight you will lose. And one more and we don't have him yet. Why have you done this? You have trespassed in places of which no mortal man is worthy. You are trespassers and plunderers all, and we will see this outrage avenged. So I say again, lay down your arms. Okay, we have a lot of intellect we can use. Might and perception, resolve and athletics not met. Hyoden, don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. Let's look at the intellect ones. You can kill him, but you might as well be killing yourself. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I'm guessing you are worshippers of Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? We'll do that one. The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Hyoden winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued. Of course. But he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with the beliefs, their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? The man glares. It has always been known to my people. I see. In one of Galawain's edict that weakens in age must be purged by youth and strength. You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? The man's nostrils flare as he fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did, just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Hyoden the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. Oh. So, here's Hal doing, right? Yeah. He has very little health. Oh, we now have him in our command. Cool. He's got some blades. We're against 3 other people, so... us. Let's see. 2, 3... can we look at their health? No, it's, we cannot. 40%, don't know. So we'll attack him. Let's have her go with him. He goes to him as well. And then the bear, Go to that guy. Wow, you missed. What's this say? You scored a crit. A crit is a better result than a hit, and they are more likely to occur when the attack's accuracy is higher than the target's defense. Attacks that do damage will do more damage on crit. Attacks that inflict status effects or afflictions will have increased duration on a crit. Grazes are worse than hits and suffer decreased damage and effect durations. Okay, so now he's on fire. 34 and 40%. I wish we could see the bear's health. Oh, we do. Okay, he's lost 6. Callista's lost 9. He's lost 2, so they're doing just fine. So we're gonna go ahead and help out Pluto here. Hey, you doing nothing, buddy. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companion is now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good God, the gods are just... A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents. Like an angry spirit, you can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rendering you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Adema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Oh, but I need to loot the bodies. Whoa. Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hilden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Hilden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hilden lashes out against his fatigued assailant and struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. From your position, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. Oh, we don't have dexterity 15. We'll fire at the attacker. We'll try it. But what if we hit Hilden? Fire at him. Your aim is true when the hit jars Hilden loose. Hell yes. Lurching to his feet, Hilden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it, securing his other hand. You pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hilden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As the dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Chanters do more than just chant. While their abilities are not focused on frontline combat, they are competent warriors and will continue to chant. New map discovered.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Hilden's words come between wheezing gasps.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
A moment's respite. Party gained 1,230 experience. Total quest experience 1,725. The new quest: The Ruins of Salantalis. Escape the ruins. Cool. Added addendum added. The Gilded Veil. So, I guess that would be here. These are our quests. So, a moment's respite. A sun sickness come the caravan. I guess that one's not over. Gilded Veil, Journey to the Gilded. Okay, so in this one, Escape the Ruins. I've nearly escaped this strange and deadly wind that tore through the valley, but now I'm trapped in the ancient ruins that the caravan master told us to stay clear of. Gilded Veil is said to be one of the most prosperous villages. I was told they're offering land to new settlers. That's the biography, encyclopedia, bestiary. We just have wolf right now. Oh cool. Where there are deer, wolves will soon follow. This Adrian proverb, often spoken with the first phrase omitted, suggests the vulnerability that early settlers often felt in the Eastern Reach. It also speaks to the long association that the Adrians, literally people of the deer, have had with the four-legged predators that are as ubiquitous in the Gyrewood as they are in the Adrian Empire. Wolves are legendary for their speed as well as their ability to knock their prey prone, subsequently subjecting them to devastating attacks. Young wolf, we've defeated one. They have 9 might. Cool. Afflictions and injuries. Oh wow, Jesus. I ain't reading all that right now. Character stats, we already know that. Combat mechanics, deities. Oh, where's that one thing? Equipment, locations, lore. Tips. Notes. Create new. Oh, cool. So you can create your notes. That's really, really cool. Inventory. Okay, so real quick. Let's look at her weapon. It does 13 to 19 slash. Oh, we can enchant it if, whenever we find out how to do that. This is 10 to 14. Wait, so it says hers does 12 to 17. Oh, 13 to, so wait, I did this. Oh, 13 to 19 slash. So this is worse. Yes. What does he got? He has 2 daggers that do 10 to 14, plus a third one. What the hell? He also has a health potion and a lockpick. 12 to 18 pierce damage. What is mine? $20 to 28, okay. I don't think either of us need a shield. Actually, no, because she can light them on fire. So we'll keep that on her. You can switch to new weapon sets by selecting the weapon icon from an individual character's action bar. So if we went to right here and selected that one. Oh, cool. She has a tiny. Okay, so like if we were sneaking, so
Yes.
if
Keeping an eye out.
we went to sneak mode and we could see somebody right here, but they didn't see us. We could go like that and go, okay, we can do like a sneak attack maybe.
yes?
That's my guess. A lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble.
As you wish.
That should be far enough. But what now?
Hiddens just rises and falls visibly with each breath.
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Callista shakes her head. Windstorm of a kind they only get in Air Glanfath. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfathan word is bioic. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours. Who attacked us? Glanfathans. Those would be the hut dwellers Odema warned you about, looked to be Fangs of Gallowayne. Who are the twitchiest of the lot? They got ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odema. I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Glanfathans said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Odema would never allow it. But as much as the Fangs are hotheads, Glanfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or... She glances down the passage beyond. Or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. What about everyone else in the caravan? Callista's lips press together and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. You don't seem too upset about all this. Calista looks you in the eye, a volatile current running through her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking. Because there's nothing else to be done. And because there's people you care about who still need you. Let's get going. Oh. I wouldn't really have said that, but you know. You know. Pig. What the hell? A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zura. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. Raise your arms and stand still. Let's see. Raise your arm and stand still. We'll see what that is. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature sniffs around you and finds nothing of interest. It steps back and resumes its defensive position. It's okay, I won't hurt you. The Zurich recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. You now have one rank in disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or bad. In Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their dispositions with what is favored by their deity and in order. Respectively, for the main character only, their dispositions will modify the effects of holy radiance for priests and faith and conviction for paladins. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The creature snicks around you and finds nothing of interest. Okay, so we'll slowly back away from it, I guess. The Zurich watches warily as you go. Oh, crap. I didn't realize it was just gonna start attacking. Auto pause combat start. Oh, cool, okay. So, we kinda need to get back. Yeah, he's down there. Okay, so choose her. And then, where's the bear? I didn't want
Yes.
to do it, lizard man. A 0-up spear does 13 and 19 pierce damage. I didn't want to do it, lizard. God damn it.
As you wish.
Alright, so we have another dead body. Another crossbow, 2028, same as ours. Ingwithian relief gem. This brilliant blue gem has been sculpted to look like an eye. Another torch and a tattered journal. The small folio is torn in several places and blood has soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, however. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice and I've got my hands on a genuine Ingwithian artifact. Fellow who had it said it was a pretty nothing, as far as he's concerned, but he's not willing to go digging in some ruins. But if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, then that's worth seeking past a few painted elves. I'll head to a Kylantalis in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about.
Wait, do you hear that?
Oh man. We really need to go into sneak mode a little more often. Wow, that was
What is
Amazing.
it?
killed Scolder Whelp.
As you wish.
Oh, we can't loot it? That's too bad. The axe.
That looks
Yes.
weak. Could be a shortcut.
A crack runs along this wall from floor to ceiling. A light gust of air passes through it. Push the wall. Despite the damage, the stone looks heavy and solid. Push on yourself, St. Callistus, and Hegan, and try something else. We'll push on ourselves. You push on the wall with all your might, but it does not give. One of your characters has become fatigued. Fatigue represents the physical and psychological wear and tear of demanding activity on a character. It is most commonly received as an entry when a character is knocked out, but some scripted interactions will also result in fatigue if they are especially grueling. Fatigue goes through multiple stages, initially inflicting minor penalties but growing in severity over time. Resting is the easiest way to remove the effects of fatigue, though some consumables can also remove fatigue. Okay. Let's see, let's do... Let's push this with all our might, and the crafting is a spread. Finally, the ancient masonry gives away. The wall crashes down, revealing a circular room ahead. So it needed might 16. Well, hell yes. I tell you what, though, guys. How do we save it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, new. We're gonna save it, and we're gonna go ahead and end it there. So far, I'm loving it. It was a shit ton of reading in the beginning, but I really like this so far, and the way it's doing the whole story and picture thing. So, hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.